All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of NSDC. It's been a minute. I can't blame anybody this time. I can blame myself for sure, but I think, scheduling has pretty much been the hardest thing nowadays for us. And everybody's like stepped away from the hobby a little bit in their own way.
Yeah.
I still pick up things here and there, but I just don't have as much time, free time at least, to dedicate to the hobby. Sergio's been busy buying yachts and stuff like that. And then, Doom's still doing his thing. I think Doom is the most active from us, at least on social media wise, and just keeping up with the Kardashians, if you will. But how's everything going for you guys?
Good, man. Good now. We spoke a little bit offline and like some other shit, but yeah, we're good now. I have been kind of quiet lately though. Social media, I haven't posted in a while. I'm a little bit on like on a break from the day-to-day hobby thing.
Yeah.
The homies keep me up to date on some of that stuff, but yeah, I've been super chill lately on it.
What about you, Sergio?
I've been relatively laying low,
Yeah.
Obviously, like here and there, like working, events out here in Miami, but just relatively laying low, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know about you guys. I'll start off with. I will say, as far as pickups, I did pick up. I posted this yesterday, I believe, that 2015, excuse me, Impel Retro Auto with the Iron Man card.
Yeah.
I have a raw, and I don't know what it would grade. Either a 9 or a 10, I would assume. But that one had a slightly nicer auto, a little bit. The one I picked up, and I think it went super cheap, man. I picked it up for $180, and I probably cost myself $20 because I was driving back home from work when that auction was ending. So I didn't want to wait until the last 3 seconds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In case I couldn't, the internet was, there was an issue of some sorts. You never know. And I gave the guy under me an opportunity to bet an extra $20. So I cost myself $20. But so that one ended at 180, and then the day after, the Spider-Man one in a PSA 10 as well ended for $810.
Wow.
So
is that seems like a nice number? Is that low for that?
No,
card?
I don't think. It could be wrong, by the way, but I don't remember the last time a PSA 10 of that sold. Like I had 3 or 4 of those at one point, and the one that graded the highest for me, I still own, which was the 9, but with the nicest auto. The 10 was a pop 3 last I checked before the sale. Obviously, I think it might be a pop 4 or 5 now. But when I checked, all 3 of the 10s have a really, not as good looking auto as the 9 I kept. But no, it's a really good sale. I think, for example, I really believe that Iron Man should be somewhere around the 300 to 350 range, value wise, and I think that Spider-Man that's a good sale for a 10. Spider-Man's always going to do way more than your Iron Man. Yeah, it's cool just to see different parts of the hobby and different, like, I don't know. From what I've noticed, at least, like always, like people pick and choose obviously what they want to spend their money on. But I have noticed that people have still haven't forgotten certain sets. Like they're still getting good money for that, and that's dope to see. I don't know if you guys also saw there was a steal this week. Even if you consider the prices from when we got into the hobby, I did see a set of the 75th anniversary rubies, a complete set, and went on auction, and it ended at $810 for the set.
Wow.
And it's low because when I picked up the ruby set I picked up, I paid $1,200 for it, and that was low in those days, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So shout out to whoever picked that set up. Congrats. It's probably someone that just wanted to. I would assume collect the set. I don't think they break it up because that's the hard thing about that, right? Like most people, if you buy the set, I would say you want to keep the set. For me, I already knew I was only targeting like 2 or 3 cards from the whole set, and the rest I was going to sell. But
yeah.
I saw that. Those Doom comic cuts, man. What's going on with those?
The tops ones?
Yeah, we talked. I don't know if we talked about it in an episode, right? I don't think so. Did we?
No, we probably just talking.
Yeah.
Those from the Marvel Mint set. They've been going like over 1,000.
Yeah, between 1,000 and 2 from a lot of them. Yeah,
it's 200 of them in the set. And they got some nice books in there. There's a Mignola from Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Torment Triumph graphic novel. Like, it's like one of my favorite Doom image. They have a couple cuts. I saw those. And then they put it up for like 15,000. Like, all right. But yeah, no, people, Marvel Mint, I think I've seen a bunch of breaks because of Shane. Shout out to Shane. Just, helping him build the website to his thing and like keeping up with his breaks just to support and just watching. Like, I've seen a lot of like that culture over there, and it seems like Marvel Mint is probably the biggest tops set, or the most popular top set so far.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to ask both of you because you guys, I don't want to. For the people that miss it, obviously they like when we plan on each other. So I would say you guys are ex Doom collectors. So as ex Doom collectors, no, but for real, and you guys just take. How do you guys feel about? Okay, the cuts, right? That they all have that 1 of 1, and then for example, I remember like X-Men Metal set. Like I have that X-Men 266 Gambit cut. It's out of 40, I think, or out of 50, but they mean how many cuts they did for that issue.
For that book. Yep.
Correct, right? So is that cut, for example, still technically a 1-on-1, just like Topps is doing? In other words, is it just genius marketing from Topps? Or that was my question. Do you think Topps did a good job by labeling all their cuts 1 of 1? And you think, is that something Upper Deck should have done? Or do you like it the way Upper Deck did it?
I think if your goal is to get the most aftermarket value on your product, the 1 of 1 is always helpful. I also think it's a lack of like information on the people who are getting into Marvel cards through Topps. They don't understand that, or they haven't experienced that before, and it may just change forever, right? All these cuts and all these, because the sketches are going for crazy money too. It may just be that 1 of 1 hits on these Topps sets are just establishing a new 1 of 1 price for cuts or sketches, even though there's multiple or hundreds of them.
Yeah.
The fact that they're all technically 1 of 1, it just helps, helps people sell those cards when they hit. And these are expensive breaks they're getting into, so like it makes sense why people
would want to
put them up for so much. They're spending, just people spending thousands every week just to hit a character.
And before we stray too much away from the cut thing, and because I want to get Sergio's take, I also want to give a shout out personally, whether it was a team or the person that came up with the idea. That's why I want to personally give a shout out to, for the design of those 1-on-1 cuts, because I was talking to you about that too. It reminded me of both the Michael Jordan Scoring Kings card, for those that know about that insert, and if for those on the Marvel side, it reminded me of like the 95 Magneto Patelis Emotion, where you see like some kind of like thunder effect. And they did the whole border. That was super clean. So shout out to whoever had that idea. It seems like Topps, for certain things, at least from what I've noticed, some things I don't like, obviously, just, you're never going to like everything. But they've been coming up with some nice stuff, man. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Marvel Mint designs it's probably my favorite one I've seen so far. Like the playing cards are all like Gambit's cards, and they're all like pink on the borders and stuff.
Yeah,
those are all. That's just a dope theme that Upper Deck never did before, not to my knowledge.
And what have you looked into what we're talking about, Sergio, or have you even seen?
No, I haven't seen any of the Marvel Mint, but I did see because I got a friend that's pretty deep into Magic.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel MTG.
Oh yeah.
And I would definitely say, listen, my biggest fail for sure, like one of the biggest like slips like in recent times, was not picking up the Final Fantasy Magic, the original when it released.
Yeah,
because now those things are going for a pretty penny. But like thinking that, like, hey man, like this Marvel release might be pretty big. I don't, doesn't mean I'll get into it, but like I've seen some of the cards that they some of them look okay.
Yeah, Yeah, but when you didn't pick up the Final Fantasy, was that already at the point when you kept telling us you weren't into cards that much anymore anyway, or that was before?
I mean, like yes and no, but also like I don't dabble like too much into Magic, and at the time like the connection wasn't there, but like the fandom of like Final Fantasy once again like is making it S tier. So I
Yes.
mean, I'm sure Marvel will have that Marvel like Magic set. Is gonna have its dope images, and people are gonna want to collect those, and hit the one-on-ones and stuff like that. So
I would assume like it's gonna get crazy for people who don't like tops. There's a lot of people who don't like tops from Marvel that we know,
well,
like the Marvel collectors we know.
I know we joked about like the Marvel Tops like game.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, I mean, listen, if you did dabble into it, or you look into it, sometimes like certain sets come out, like whatever, you try to chase like a certain card in the set, whatever, it's a, and you hit a card, you trade with someone, whatever, it's something funky, but like they have some good art in the Marvel Top, so they are picking, they do have some good images.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think people just they don't like the prices of the new top stuff and what it demands in the aftermarket.
what's the
Yeah.
price? I mean, I don't know. Like,
I think it's the same thing that happened when the market started shifting when we got into it. The old collectors and the gatekeepers didn't like it either, right? Because it meant that they no longer could afford the shit that they were picking up for years for cheap. That's what it really comes down
But
to.
at least the perception of it affected people. The perception that whether or not I know some boxes are releasing for like $4.49 from the Topps website, where like you had to hit a lottery just to get a box.
Yeah.
So by the time it hits the secondary market, like where you can actually buy one, it's already at 900. So people aren't paying 900 for a Topps Chrome, whatever Sapphire, when like Masterpieces was going for less than that. Like the most premium Upper Deck set.
Yeah.
I think people there's a lot more. There's a different audience, and like those prices are high.
Yes, I think that's what it is. There's a different audience. I think that audience is definitely
what's the price of the box?
500 MSRP. Is that what you're talking about?
It depends the set, but like some of these start at I think it's over 400. I think again, I don't know. I could be wrong. I know the SDCC drop. You had to go online. It was $100, but like the actual set that came out, I think it was they either start around 250 or 400 and something. But by the time like they actually dropped that day in the secondary market, they're doing double that.
It's a weird place like in the market because like like listen, Pokemon's still going crazy. That's like a freight train.
Pokemon's the same thing. Like
Pokemon's going strong.
if you get a booster or ETB or booster box, like it's going for double, triple. Like I've been waiting for that new set just so I can grab some ETBs for to probably quick flip what I'm gonna do with it. But yeah, I mean,
you're like, I'm gonna contribute to this shit.
Yeah, let me be honest. It's like sneaker drops. I'm like, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, all right, let's see when it's dropped. But no, like for people
supposedly a couple of days ago, Pokemon canceled a bunch of orders because it caught like a bot order.
I was tracking that shit. They got 42,000 checkouts.
Jesus Christ!
And they had to like cancel all those orders. The bots got them that day. So they haven't dropped the set yet. But
what the 3-letter agency should do, right? Is let them do the sale, right? And then just go bust them after they buy it,
I don't think I don't know if it's illegal to get through bots though, because I mean these are the sneaker dudes. Like they got multiple virtual cards.
But listen, I want to see what's going on behind the scenes. How are you getting this money? How are you dropping?
How you getting that? Oh well, that's a different story. You know what that is? That's that Bitcoin money. Stop playing. Come on.
Yeah, 100%. Along with some cartel money.
Get your coins, guys.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of everything.
Digital transactions. Yeah, that crowd that we know is like was looking. Well, some of them were looking forward to this Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of talk about original art. Like people are emphasizing original art, whether A because they like original art or B they're being told to like original art. One of those. Like we're just being honest. Like that's just how it goes. But I think it's supposed to drop. Either dropped or supposed to drop soon. So It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. If it is going to get driven up, it's probably because of numbered cards, and if they don't have any, then they're probably going to go down. Like it's not going to be as crazy as Final Fantasy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple sets though that Marvel's dedicated with Magic the Gathering. I don't think it's just one drop. I think they're doing multiple sets.
The other day I ripped open a couple packs and I didn't get like a crazy hit, but you do get some like full art cards. I think I hit like a Tifa and I hit like there's another character I don't remember the name of right now.
So they got you. You did
No,
get
no,
some packs.
No, shout out to Teddy. He's he's the one like flipping the Final Fantasies, but he had extra packs and I ripped open 2 packs.
Oh,
And I got like some
nice.
full art cards. I mean, listen, they look good in hand. But again, it's just not like something that I can go like too deep into because at the end of the day, I mean, for you to hit what you want to hit, it's a whole lot of packs. You might as well just buy the hit.
Kind of like the TMNT one I showed y'all that I hit that number card. Like that was not the norm from those boxes.
Oh, from the new set.
Well, you get those influencer boxes. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm about to the traditional one, and I've definitely flipped the hit because it was too much.
Speaking of influencer boxes, the show, the Hobby Hangout with Doom and Nate. I was there. I was probably watching it for 15 or 20 minutes that day, and you guys were talking about Ninja Turtles mainly at the beginning, and made me. And I already knew about the set, right? Because I knew about those sales and trades we had done with what was the guy's name again? I know his IG, but I forget his name. You said it on the
Jack. Right?
There you go, Jack. Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, after that episode, I was looking into some art of TMNT cards, and I picked up a few from ComC.
Nice.
I was after that episode. I was like, I remember those. I never picked up any, and I wanted to pick up 1 or 2, but yeah. So yeah.
Nathan opened a box. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the. I think I might have later forwarded through the episode. I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're still doing the turtle stuff, or you've taken a pause from that? Where's that at for you?
Nah, since I was doing that set, remember the toy set? I was going hard.
Playmates or whatever?
Yeah, I stopped it though because I got bored of the same thing. You know what I mean? The same way I always get bored of shit.
Yeah.
But Nathan was super. He's like getting all these raft cards, so I sent him like all my rafts from that set. I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna help your binder out. And I kept all the monkeys, bebops, and rocksteadies, but I don't know. I'm right now with the card hobby. I'm just on pause because I don't know what I'm trying to do outside of like the sketches that I get, every year.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for some sketches. That's about it right now. I've been chilling.
Well, I mean,
I'm chilling because I don't know.
Sketches are big purchases, man.
Yeah, that's why I like those, and it's not like I have a bunch, but I have the few ones that I do, and like I like getting those once or twice a year because that's when the homies go to the cons. I can get some of those creators to draw on them, but just went back to reading more books. This has been my latest thing.
Nice. Yeah, I've been looking at a little bit of everything, man. Shout out to another thing I picked up was from Henry Pablo. Remember I flipped through this?
Yep.
I picked up a Magneto Pog from Japan from '94, unpunched or whatever they call it. Nice. Yeah, and I had shown it to you a while back. I remember, but I never pulled the trigger on it because they were asking for crazy prices. I don't know. One thing I forgot to ask him because I was surprised he was selling it. I don't know if he was just moving things, like he was over certain things, kind of like when we all just move certain things, or if he tried to grade it and they wouldn't grade it. Yeah. So reach out to me, Henry. Don't just let me know if they didn't grade. That's cool. I don't mind it. I don't mind it raw. That's I just want to know what happened. But yeah, so that was a cool pickup, and he had like the storm from that set too, which is like the hollow effect on the Pog. But I don't collect storm, but shout out to Victor. So if you're hearing this, man, go check that storm out.
Shout out to Vic. He sent me a meme the other day. A reel. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he be sending me stuff. Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with what's been going on with James lately, man? He's been targeting with some of the stuff he sends on the private chat to us. You know what I mean? He's been sending some wild
variant
stuff.
section, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been targeting you.
Yeah, he's definitely been targeting.
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
They every time what is it, like once or twice a week now? He just
It's
hits
some
you
wild
up.
shit, you know? And I'm like, what's going on, dude?
It's good to see. I wonder what Jim's been up to, collecting wise, or if he's been like out of it too.
Yeah, last I spoke to him, he was, doing a cleanse himself.
Yes,
and
those are good. I
yeah,
like the cleanses.
And he said something which is, something we've talked about. Well, at least you've heard from me many times in the past, which he said, man, like I just want things in my collection that every time that when I'm going through them, however, I'm imagining it's in long boxes, right? Because for him, it's comic centric.
Yeah.
He said he wants to go through his stuff and go, man, banger, 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 banger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's dope, man. And that's what he's doing.
Selective, being very selective.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
shout out to Free. I don't know what Free's up to. Have any of you guys?
Just when he posted in the, I think the last thing he posted was a hologram, which was a while since he posted a curl. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
I did see that. Yeah, it was from a newer set, like number to 20 or something.
I know he was on his sketch journey, like hunt to get a bunch. So I'm sure he's probably still doing that. That's tough to do. You gotta take your time with sketches, though. It's just hard to find out. And then I've seen like other people having their own fun with the upper deck stuff. A lot of common cuts getting taken up too. Like there's some dope collections out there. Yeah. What I did want to talk to you because we're around the same age. Sergio's what, 2 years older than me, probably.
Yeah, Sergio's mid-40s.
I had this a couple weeks ago.
That's how you know he's not paying attention.
Yeah, he's just like that's not. Yeah, but
you're not too far from it, so
No, but like I was watching. I forget what triggered it, but it was a couple of weeks ago. And I think it's when I kind of started to chill and kind of like take a break. Like we usually take a break every year, a couple times a year. That's been the norm. If I look back at our episodes and shit.
Yeah.
I started thinking about age. I started thinking about like, man, I'm 37.
Mm-hmm.
If in 13 years, like in 50, do I want a bunch of cards around me? Like, is this like, do I see myself doing this? You know what I mean? Like, day to day, like looking at stuff or eBay, even looking at eBay listings. Like we used to go crazy and it's chilled out a lot now, but I don't know. I've just been thinking like you guys gonna be into cards for like by the time you hit 50, like you think you still be as engaged by them or will it evolve into something else?
I'm sure it can evolve into something else, but I also think that it would be a consistent thing because it's like I not because I've thought about it as much, but now that you're bringing it up, I mean, logically, I just noticed how many people when you see card content, do you see that you see a lot of people that are older dealers, right?
Yeah.
Like when you look at the National, for example, just because it has the most amount of vendors. If you see the median age, I don't think it's that young. I think most people are over there in their 40s or 50s or 60s even.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that we're going to keep doing because I think another thing you forget, right? Like you had to, in order for you even to come up with that question for yourself, you had to been thinking of age, right? Because your brain doesn't work that way. I truly believe that we're still children most of the time. Like the way we think, we're not. You forget. That's what That's what it reminds you. It's usually like a birthday or someone saying something when you're like, oh shit, I am 37, right? But like you don't feel 37. I would assume, other than in
the moment we're not even thinking about these things.
Yeah. So I see that in the same way.
You're like you're labeled the unk,
100%.
You know.
100%. And
But he's always
I
felt that
wake
way
up
too.
and I feel it now too, more than more
Yeah,
than
but
before. But it's just I do like to reflect a lot though. I do like to take inventory of like
what's going on with
my
you?
headspace and like what am I doing? Am I enjoying what I'm? Is this still a hobby? When is the hobby not a hobby type of thing? But yeah, I don't know. I like I still like. I think we're always gonna like trading cards to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavy I'm gonna participate in. I have like seasons where I'm in it heavy. I'll have seasons where I'm like unplugged. So
Well, I'll answer with this though too, as you know, because I'm even thinking about it as you're asking, right, and as we're like
yep,
throwing in your 2 cents, which is like there was times before I ever got into trading cards at all, like buying them, when I was only doing diecast, that I stopped buying diecast, right?
right,
Like I
yep,
wasn't buying shit every year. I'm sure there were spans of like 3 or 4 years. I would say specifically around when my son was born, that I took a huge break, you know.
yep,
But even now, I don't buy Batmobiles anymore. Um, the only one I think I mentioned to you that I might acquire sometime in the future will be like finally a 1/6 scale, right? Like for a
yeah,
coffee
yeah,
table or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
The big
But
one.
when even though I'm not involved in that hobby anymore per se, I don't look at my collection and go, "Fuck, I want to get rid of it." I still
No,
enjoy it. I'm
yeah,
just not accumulating anymore. And
right,
I think that that's what it is. I think that every single one of your hobbies or interests per se, because another one for me has been watches, knives. I mean, you guys know what they are, but
yeah,
just to name a few to the people that don't. And then same thing with cards. I think it's in phases. I think you have like the accumulation phase, and then you have like the cleanse phase, and then after the cleanse, you when you finally narrow it down to what you wanted, now I think that part of the phase of collecting slows down a lot because at that point you're not accumulating. Probably either because A, you don't want to accumulate anymore, but also B, the things that you still need for that to finish off that collection are shit that doesn't come up every year.
it's a lot tougher. Yeah, it's a
So
lot tougher. The things that are whatever you want to go after.
yeah,
It can be tough. I don't know if it has to be, but yeah, I mean, even thinking when I thought about that, I was like, oh damn, I never thought about it. But also, like, what has been the thing I've collected the most in my life, like lifetime? Like, you have your Hot Wheels from, wherever you started that
yeah.
years ago. I think the oldest things I have are my books. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
yeah, just the books
art.
I've accumulated. Either comic book like collected editions or just like regular books. That's probably the thing that I can date back to the most. Outside of that, sneakers when it came and went, it was like a couple years, and then cards is the only other thing that kind of stuck. I don't know. Have you ever looked at what you have and like, what do I have that's the oldest thing I started collecting?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, yeah, man, I don't want to think that hard right now about
I'll
what was
just
after
say
that. No,
anyone
no,
who's in it though, like it's a good. I mean, it helped me kind of like rethink certain things, just to take a step back and look like, what happened? What have I collected the most? Because it's definitely like years in between where I don't add nothing to it. Just kind of reevaluates like where the direction I'm gonna go forward. But
I
yeah,
know what it is now. That you I let you or you could talk while I thought about it was mechanical pencils. I probably collected that the
oh
longest.
wow, yeah,
Yeah, and then
nice.
the other thing I was going to add to the thing you said finally before we change the subject too in general, but when you're talking about like see yourself collecting, 13 years down the road or so, I think another big factor, and you know this, is because I also have included my kids in it to
Yes,
where part of me, I don't think about, oh man, I've never thought about, oh, I'm just going to fucking liquidate everything. Because some part of me, and it could be like some romanticized version of what I think they might be into, but part of me wants to leave them with some cool stuff, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And let them decide, like, let them cleanse whatever they um, get from me.
yeah,
So let them decide. Yo, I really want to keep this piece because it really reminded me of my dad, or fuck it, I'm gonna sell it because I'm trying to get whatever the new electric car is. You know what I mean? I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's the way. That's probably why it is too. Because my kids enjoy it. Actually, I just took my kid yesterday to a collectible show. Like I was telling you that I found somewhere near San Diego, similar to Frankincense. And he picked up a little card, and he tried to do a trade for a booster box for some of his stuff that he has raw. And I asked him, like, I started, again, I try to guide him, but let him do what he wants. And I asked him,
Yeah.
like, hey, why are you trying to get that booster box? Is it because you want to keep it sealed? You enjoy the artwork from that set, or is it because you just want to try to see if you could hit something and flip it? And he was like, yeah, I just want to buy it to see if I could pull. I think it was like a $200 or $300 card, whatever the V card is from that set. And I'm like, okay, but why would you let go of cards that you like, just for the shot at getting a card you don't even want to keep?
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, that's a good point, huh? He goes, yeah, I guess I don't want the box anymore.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, man, I think especially when you're a kid, that's the kind of things you don't think about. Like some of the questions you're asking yourself now, and that's what I try to do for him, is like things that I hear him, like mistakes he might want to make, or he doesn't want to make, but he doesn't know any better.
Yep.
I was actually talking to I go to this coffee shop where I work at, and it's a local spot that I found because I don't fuck with Starbucks like that. I like to support like mom and pop shops,
There you go.
and they're Korean, dope people, dope staff, super friendly. But he was sharing with me, because we started talking about collectibles inevitably, right? Because I brought it up.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he was heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh! And he said that he still remembers, he said he was in high school, already graduated, or graduating senior, and he sold off his binder collection because he needed to buy, I don't forgot if he said a car or something.
Yeah.
And he sold it off until this day. He said he regrets it.
Yep.
So again, like, he wasn't thinking, obviously hindsight is 2020. The prices, no one would have guessed, that this was going to happen. But that's what I mean. Like, that's why I'm very careful about whenever I do want to let go of something. And there's been instances, even like, that's exactly why, kind of like what question you made yourself earlier. It was like, when is it a hobby? When is it not a hobby anymore? And that's why, for me, I really enjoy not having to do it for a living, because I'm bad at it when it comes to like letting go of shit that I enjoy, because I'm a collector first.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like to be put in a position where I have to let go of shit that I want to keep.
Yeah.
So looking back, I'm like, man, there was a few pieces that I mentioned to you guys that I almost let go, but the people, the deals didn't fall through for whatever reason. And I really appreciate it looking back, even though at the time I needed to move shit. I'm just a good thing I didn't move that,
Yeah.
So again, I think that's the best place. That's where you make your best decisions, and you're in a good spot for that same reason. Doom and Sergio, the same thing, because Sergio's never like, again, neither of you, I would assume, have ever done it just for a living, and you guys have always had the luxury, because it is a luxury, let's be honest, to have a job and then just buy what you want, and and even better, a better luxury is when you're able to pay for the hobby with the hobby.
Yes.
So I think that's where the best decisions are made, when you're not forced into, or like you're desperate to make a move.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, it's just I've built a lot of collections, and it's fun while you're doing it. Then it's done, and then it's all right. What's the next thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows what happens next?
Hey, the next thing for you, which would be fun, right, is if you just created, because I would do the same thing. If there's someone out there, if you could hear me, hey, anybody that has a nexus of money, all right, an abundance of money, that wants to build a collection, but they don't have the time to, or they don't have the eye for art, or whatever the case may be, hey, we could build a collection for you. Don't even worry about it. So that's my
there you go.
If you get bored of collections quick, build them for other people, right? Because you get to have fun. You quote unquote have an unlimited budget, depending on who the person.
I think I think we've talked about it several times, but like the information hunting, the discovery fair is like my favorite thing about this hobby. So once like that, kind of like once I like know enough about something, like all right, what's next?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think
It's
that
tough.
happens to a lot of people, man. It just, and then it depends too. Like some people give up, like if you have to rank the depth of the knowledge, meaning like when you're talking about you move on to the next. Are you talking about you feel like you're a black belt in that hobby, or you're okay with being like a brown belt or something like that?
With the Doom stuff, I feel like I checked every box where like I learned everything I could.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I was up to just the modern stuff, and like I didn't want to play that game because I saw it's gonna get crazy, which it did, and it is now. And like with the turtle stuff, it's that set was the closest thing to like the toys when I grew up with them. That's the most nostalgic thing about that, and like the cartoon. So once I learned enough about it, I think I pretty much built like a whole checklist for that set as much as I know, because there is no like checklist out there, and like
Yeah,
every single like I was scanning cards and like getting all the text from it, and like after a while I just felt like working. Like, why am I doing all like I know what I have here, I know what it is. The stuff that was left over, I was gonna have to wait it out
yeah,
for it to pop up, because I never got them off of like a toy. I never opened the toy. I was just waiting for them to pop up individually, and it was fun while I got them. But I felt like I was an expert in that stuff. So I'm like, all right, it's time to move on. But
do you like that about yourself, or does it bother you?
thing that bothers me is when it doesn't feel like a hobby anymore. I'm like, all right, I gotta step back,
Yeah,
because if you're not having fun, like, what's the point in any of this? This is all optional shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like the stresses of day to day are already enough. For like, this is supposed to be like a stress free situation here, and like have fun with it. So I like to reset. Once I hit that point, now I'm better at detecting it. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like I've done like, I remember you telling me, oh, so you're like a sketch collector now. Like when you last talking, I'm like, yeah, I guess I am, because I've been getting sketches for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's just not. They're just not. Like they're not. It's not as active as like you go buy a pack. A new set comes out, you go get something. No, it's all very specific, meaningful shit. You know what I mean? So
Well, I think that
it takes a
answers
while.
some of your question, bro.
No, I'm thinking it through, and I've been. That's why I've been kind of quiet on it. I'm like, I'm still looking at stuff, and like other people, some of the homies getting into stuff. I like to learn what they're into, and I'm in there. I'll show up with Nathan here and there, like.
Yeah.
But as far as like my personal collection now, it's very, it's been very specific for a while. So
Do you think I don't know if I've asked you this before. I'm sure I have, but I don't know if it's like in a minute. But when you think about the collections you've built, like you're saying, you've gone through and you got bored, or you hit that point that you just mentioned, right? Do you ever think about them and any specific that come up to your mind and go, man, I wish I still had that? Does that ever happen?
for the most part, no.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
I had them, they're cool, and like I got what I got from it. The time span was like fun. The like learning aspect that was fun, because it's stuff you can still use, and I still use it and apply it to whatever I do next.
Yeah,
This is a lot of knowledge that just like
it carries over.
buying collectibles, like certain things after accumulating so many objects for like the last 5 years. But it was never my identity either.
Yeah.
Like we see people, and shout out to the homies, but like I mean,
Yeah.
look, yeah, I don't mean in like a rude way. I just mean like we're just observing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people. Well, I guess I won't say a lot. I guess a group of people where this becomes like the identity.
Yeah.
You're a collector. You're a whatever specific collector, or just a regular collector. And to me, I always like to kind of go outside of just the one thing that I'm interested in. Like we all got into watches a long time ago. I don't own any watches, but I still like looking at that content. Every collective cars, like everything. I look into everything, but only when it's fun and it feels like a fun thing just to learn about new shit. Or someone talking about coins, someone talking about whatever. Like there's people right now on whatnot that are selling rocks. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And I just checked it out for fun. The other day I was talking with Shane. I'm like, I wonder what all these other people are doing and whatnot. And I went through every single like category, and there's like they're selling plants, they're selling sneakers, they're selling rocks, bro. And like they're selling like rocks for like $22. And I'm like, bro, I think we got to get in that business, Doug. What do we do?
Hey, don't let me get started in selling rock. I'll find the nicest ones.
But I've always, I think trading cards is a dope point because it is nostalgic because of the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. It deals with pop culture IPs that either you watch movies or cartoons, and so I think that's why it's very popular. And like there's a sports aspect. Like if you were into sports and you were collecting, baseball,
it gets a little bit for everybody.
Everything, one size fits all almost. They're about to have SpongeBob, Topps Chrome come out. It's gonna go crazy. The Disney stuff's coming out. And then you have, people moving from like regular Marvel to Magic the Gathering, or they're going to like other non-sports stuff, TMNT, whatever. Like, I understand why the popularity is there. I think more than anything now, I understand how I treat collections and what my favorite parts are. So it's, probably just that's why I went back to reading because I'm like, all right, if I like the information stuff, we'll just start fucking reading these books, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It probably scratches that itch for me, and then it's fun, and like, all right, I'll be here for a while until like, I get bored, and then I go back to cars or something. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Sergio? You were fine. What's going
on? No, I mean, I haven't really like, I wasn't paying attention before. I'm definitely not paying attention right now. I've completely missed out on like the Marvel Man, like all that good stuff. I mean, I had to check in on that and see what's going on, but just like for the most part, like kind of like you mentioned with like age and stuff like that, like sometimes you got to put certain other things into perspective, like hey, like this is I got to take care of this, got to take care of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it drains a little bit of that you need to siphon some of the energy like somewhere else, another reserve,
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, you could always, get back get into the groove. And I mean, you might get lucky because the market might have changed and people are selling stuff off, and maybe people will slow down on the scalping, because they're, it's not as a quick a flip anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about what I was telling you, what I was trying to say earlier too. Doom was just, anything, whether it's that cash, whether it's whatever. Even if you leave it for a while, you could always come back, right? It's not like you're excluded from that.
No, it's not finite. Yeah, it's always there. But I get so many things we're good at. I feel like I'm good at finding rare shit. So sometimes like, I'm probably not gonna see this again.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna take me a while to find it. So I gotta make sure what I'm doing. But yeah, man. Also like just watching more, movies and watching more shows and shit. Like,
well, what you been up to, man? Did you get into that Alien Earth series?
Not yet. I want to get into it.
And let me ask you another one, because I'm definitely going to feel a little disrespected if you say no to this one.
Oh, go ahead.
We told you like 3 years ago.
What?
Did you finally watch No Country for Old Men?
Yes, I've seen that one though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the Zodiac? Did you finally watch that?
Zodiac? No.
That's the one with Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., and Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, I need to add it to the list. I have not watched that. No.
What do you even watch? Speaking of what you were saying recently, like what do you watch recently that you fuck with?
I'm trying to remember because I got bad memory. I saw the Superman shit. Really love that. I can't think of. I watched the other couple movies. Oh, the the last time we talked about it, the Quiet Place stuff.
You finally watched the third one?
No, I got to get to that one. And wrestling. We watch a lot of wrestling. Yeah. And I started watching like some sports again, so like it kind of, we only got so many hours per day to use on free time.
Which sport?
Football. Football just started. University of Miami, dog. You know what I'm saying?
The youth out there doing their thing.
The you feel like it's back, so like that was a big deal.
Speaking of football, man, I've never told you guys this. I don't think I have at least. But you guys know this. I don't really fuck with sports other than boxing, UFC, and whatnot. And But one thing I've always enjoyed, I don't know why, from football at least, is that what is it called? The Columbines, when they're like doing the tryouts or whatever the hell.
The combine. Yeah.
The combine. There you go. Columbine. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed that, bro. It's kind of like it reminded me of like the HBO countdowns for like boxing. I think partly because it's the same narrator.
Yeah.
I forget whoever played Sabretooth in the original X-Men movie.
Yes, that dude. Yep.
Yeah. So he has that voice for it, Yeah. And I don't know, it just draws you in. And, whether they're playing it at the barbershop or whatever, it's like interesting. I just like to see. I think it has to do with the fact that it has to do with stats. Like how fast they run the 440. What's their
just
competition?
Competition with like, there's no, I guess, it's just straight to the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that. Yeah, I enjoy that. But other than that, and then speaking of wrestling, like you said, I also did notice that Stephanie McMahon and the Triple H guy were at the Canelo Crawford event.
They did. They showed up.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were there because it's the same TKO group who runs that. So there's a lot of celebrities they had there just to show them off.
And speaking of that too, how do you guys feel about the play they're making with no pay-per-view now? It was on Netflix for free. Obviously, as a viewer, I fucking loved it. I could watch a Canelo fight for free. Mm-hmm. But what do you think the plan for that is? Do you think now they're focusing on getting the most eyeballs versus making the most money up front?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like if you can't beat them, join them, kind of situation. Because obviously people were using like the streaming apps to like watch it. I mean, you might as well monetize,
Never heard of those.
No, I think probably it. I'm sure that they sell ads. I mean, I got a bunch of ads, even though I have
Netflix has the production. You know what I mean? Like they have the money. Like they're
a subscriber base. What they say, 300 million subscribers.
Yeah, worldwide. It's almost like.
And I just think that. like Dana. I mean, Dana recently, like he sold like a piece of the company, or something like that. And
I think Paramount. I think he got to deal with Paramount, UFC, same thing, no pay per view.
Yeah, like exactly. But he probably realized, that like people. It's just like tip fatigue, man. You know what I mean? Like people are. I'm tired of tipping like $5 for you to just like ring my shit up, Yeah. And some of these guys don't have the same draw as like it's not like Conor McGregor's fighting every weekend. You know what I mean? So it's like I think it's just that it's like sponge fatigue because at the end of the day I think they did the math. It's like what, like $1,800 to have that like subscription for the year. Like come on, there's a lot I could do with $1,800. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And especially like in today's day and age when the fight can happen and I could watch it on YouTube and just like see the highlights or like whatever.
Yep.
It's like, again, it's just like sitting back on like what's important. Like it's not that important. I don't need to watch like every single like the live moment.
Yeah.
And look at that. I mean, listen, like it was a great fight yesterday.
It was.
Shout out to Crawford. He did his thing.
Yeah.
No, I fell asleep. I had to wake up and rewatch it.
Get out of here.
Too late, dog.
No, but look, even that. Look at the convenience of that. You fell asleep, but you know what? It's okay. You go right back to it and just rewatch it, man.
For real, like you know what? The was it the second fight before prelim? The second fight where the two dudes throwing the other one. It was a Guatemalan dude and
the guy from where Francis Ngannou's from.
The Guatemalan dude is in Terence Crawford's team.
Cameroon. There you go. Shout out to Cameroon.
Bro, they were going at it. It was like a rock'em sock'em fucking robot.
Yeah, they were playing for keeps.
But I saw that, but no, I fell asleep again. I'm old now, so.
Yeah.
But the dopest shit I saw,
you know, as two Mexicans, how did you guys feel about Canelo?
Canelo? I knew he was gonna lose.
taking
I
his
called
loss.
it before. I didn't think he had a shot.
Yeah, I wasn't going for him to begin with. Look, everybody's different, man. Like I was a huge fan of Juan Manuel Marquez when he was active. Pacquiao, obviously,
dope.
but for me, like, I just don't go with that. Like, I think in the Hispanic culture too, like you're supposed to go for the Hispanic guy, right? That, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's what I've noticed all the time as a Hispanic. And I was never a big Canelo fan. I think business-wise, I can't talk anything about him. Like, he's obviously done very well for himself, and he probably made all the right business moves. But as far as, like, legacy, I never saw him as someone that was actually trying to, like, fight the best in their prime. Kind of like Floyd. He's another version of Floyd where, in the sense that, in this sense, listen real quick, in the sense that they put business first before legacy, because how long did Floyd wait around until he fought Pacquiao? How come Canelo has been ducking Benavidez for how long now?
Yeah, but they say about a lot of people that Canelo, he gave you 3 Triple G fights though.
And let's be honest, Triple G won one, and the other one was.
He won the first one. Triple G won the first one. It was not a draw.
Exactly. So that was a draw. It was a one and a draw for each.
Yeah.
Each won and drew. And same thing. How old was Triple G when he fought him? Versus how old was Canelo?
Yeah, but I don't feel like Canelo was ducking him though.
I just think that just happened to be a great timing for him.
Yeah, but even him taking this fight, like, I think that speaks volumes on Canelo. Like, I think he knew he wasn't at his best. Like, he's been declining for a while, but he's still gonna go up against the best. Yeah. Also, I mean, it also was a great business move because he's gonna get the maximum payout, sure. But
I think it was,
I don't view him this is the same way. I think
Mayweather
was very specific. Mayweather was catching people early or super late because he knew how to play the game. I don't think Canelo was that savvy with that. I think he was. I do see him as a legend after Chavez. Like,
I think another reason why I never fully liked him like that, I'll just be honest, and I saw it early on when he fought first Mayweather. One of his biggest character flaws about him, if you look back at his 3 biggest losses, which is which is Mayweather, Bivol, and obviously Crawford. Anytime his game plan doesn't work and he can't touch you, that's it. He gives up. He gets hella mad. He gets hella frustrated. And I'm sure all fighters are the same way, but they don't show it as much as he does. He doesn't know how to hide it. The fact that he's hella frustrated. If you look back, there's moments, and anybody that wants to look back at that Canelo Mayweather fight, there's moments where he wanted to cry just because he couldn't hit him. He couldn't touch him. So to me, that's why I've never fucked with him. It's because of that. Like, he always,
or some redheaded Mexican did you dirty along the way.
No, I have a redheaded Mexican cousin.
I think that's.
I think there's a little bit of that in there. If I was going to say,
that's a conspiracy theory, if you ask me. But
no, I get what you're saying. He did. Yeah, he definitely
and look
a little at the end for sure.
And that's the same. Not being honest, right? Because that's the same reason why I was a huge Juan Manuel Marquez fan. Because the first fight with Pacquiao, or one of the fights with Pacquiao, he got knocked down 3 times in the first round, and motherfucker kept getting up, and actually ended up winning the fight, or it was a draw, either or. That one I'm referring to. You see, that's the main difference between.
Yeah, Marquez was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, but I think without a doubt he's a legend. Like, he put up too many numbers up there not to be.
No, he's definitely a legend. But it's hey, listen. At least we were able to see, like, legit, like, best with the best.
Yeah.
Because like the whole, like, the division in, like, boxing and the belts and, like, all this other stuff, WBO, WBC, like,
So no, and again, if it
and the
wasn't
money.
to what you both of you said earlier, like, one Dana White, and the other was that fucking billionaire guy that's getting involved with all these fights from the Middle East.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those two people, that fight would have never been made. And again, that just speaks volumes about boxing as an industry, and then in general, like these Canelo types, where if it's not for the right money, they're not going to put themselves out there. You know, they're not.
But that's not just a Canelo thing. Like that's the top.
No.
The top guy is gonna. He knew what he was walking into, right? It was most likely an L. Like if I'm gonna do that, make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it goes back to what we're talking about. Like, how much is enough? Like, you already got it.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, look, that's. I think people's perspective on that is case by case, but I get what you're saying. Like, the guy was buying a $1.4 million watch on spot, like it was 99 cents.
An ugly watch of that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Terrible taste in watches.
Hey, you could have money, but you know what I mean? You're
Terrible
taste.
Watch.
Horrible. That's again. So
disgusting.
Again, for me, that's when I get it more the opposite. To me, it's the opposite when it's a little bit sad because he's not in a position where you could say his children are set, bro. It's not like a Julio Cesar Chavez, where in his day they weren't making the same kind of money they're making now, and he legit had to come back and fight when he shouldn't have been fighting anymore.
Yeah, because Don King took all that money. Yeah,
Don King was out here pimping people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He was fleecing Tyson. He was fleecing everybody.
His own addiction and
yeah.
Let's not even talk about his son, because what a disappointment Junior was. Jesus.
But also the crowd, they're hanging around. Come on, let's be honest. If you know,
a bunch of yes men. Yeah.
And it was funny too seeing Oscar De La Hoya laughing at Canelo.
They never liked each other.
Yeah, whatever respect they have for Oscar just left a long time ago. Trashing Canelo because he was about to go independent, and he was doing it for a reason because he wasn't setting up the fights he wanted. Like how can you like the?
But I will give him credit though.
Obvious way of just hating is crazy.
Listen, he did put a whooping on Floyd back in the day. You know.
I mean, some people say it was close for sure. I wouldn't call it a whooping, but he definitely brought the fight to him.
And that's what I mean, because not a lot of people could do that. You know what I mean?
No, Pacquiao tried to do the same, but he was just past his prime.
4 years till whatever. Like he was.
And Pacquiao has a set of calves on him, bro. Can we say that?
He's still fighting. You guys talking about?
Was awesome.
Listen, Pacquiao's in his prime now. He's still fighting.
He was awesome.
Yeah, and that's funny, right? Because even I remember I was 19 or 20 years old when the Pacquiao and Manuel Marquez rivalry was going on. That was the only moment where I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely Team Marquez. I was like, fuck Pacquiao. you know? But after the trilogy, I was definitely a Pacquiao fan. But no, I was definitely rooting for Marquez the whole time. You know? And I was definitely glad when that last fight they had when Marquez straight flatlined. That was dope. It
was a nasty knockout. They kind of ended his career there.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know. I haven't another one too. I don't know. I'm sure we've talked about this guy, but I haven't seen too much from him. Is Lomachenko. That's another one that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
his footwork is crazy. But
they mentioned they might be setting up a longer term deal with Netflix to bring boxing back. I mean, I don't know how these people, spending all that money on these sports. I'm sure it makes sense somehow, but. Yeah, if you're gonna spend money on things to come back, I'd like to see some more boxing on Netflix. Love that.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic to me. The Chavez fights when I was little, we'd always go to my dad's friend's house to go watch them. It was a huge deal.
Yeah, it was kind of like the same. I would say it was at the same level as a birthday party.
Yeah.
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 Probably bigger. The family would gather. Watch the Tyson fight.
Planning.
Some carne asada.
There's definitely some kind of food going down.
The kids, we'd all be like, I don't know why we're here, but let's all just play. And then we're like, oh, we're up. We could be up till 1 o'clock. All right, cool. It's bro, it's so nostalgic. So yesterday I watched it with my dad. I was like, fuck, let's watch it. It was dope, bro. It was
was that ruined for Canelo?
Nah, he was skeptical of him. You know what? I think we're tough as again, speaking for Mexican Americans, right? But like our people were the toughest with. So like we've been knowing for a while Canelo's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you know, if someone else says it, we're like, yeah, hold up. You know what I mean? But I think the last fight went 12 rounds and it shouldn't have. Like, you know, like he just doesn't. He's older now, so my dad wasn't expecting him to win, but like at least you know put up a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think he retires? This is it. Like I think he's just retired.
I think he's more than anyone else has the best situation to retire.
Yeah.
Go out on top. But I don't know if you know.
I think Crawford should retire too.
Yeah,
unless they want a rematch. If they want a rematch, I mean,
I wouldn't be mad at a rematch
that's
just so
the
that
only
they can
thing that makes
cash
sense.
out. Just so
That's
Crawford can get a bag like the way
both
that
of them.
Canelo got a
So
bag.
he could be the A side on this one. You
Yes.
know? And not only
Put
that,
him
but
over.
like if Canelo loses again, which he probably will, I mean,
Yeah,
it's already you
he
already
might
lost
get knocked out the second time.
Yeah, you already lost to him, so it's not like it's another L from another fighter. It's like everybody will remember he lost to Crawford. No one's gonna say, "Oh, he lost twice to Crawford." No, he just lost to Crawford.
I guess on a boxing fan side, I would be like, nah, I hope they both retire like to the sunset. It was a fucking dope ending. But on like a human side, go get the bag. I'll be watching it. I know what's gonna happen, but I'll watch it
and then
again.
make Canelo cut more weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Because let's be honest, there was a little, at least a light 10, 12 pound difference between them.
Here's
here's the question of the week. When Canelo retires, he starts fucking throwing back those tacos. How big is Canelo?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
speaking
if
of, dude,
he gets
Ricky Hatton
big, he
just
earned
passed
it,
away.
dog. Who?
Do you guys remember Ricky Hatton?
Yeah, he
Oh,
passed
he
away.
passed away.
He
For
just
real?
passed
The
away. Someone
Irish?
found him.
Was he an Irish fighter?
The guy that got slept by Mayweather and by Pacquiao.
Pacquiao got him.
He was like the Conor of his time in his country, and then he came over here and
dirty, bro.
He definitely wasn't S class over here. He was probably A class.
Yo, what happened yesterday with that dude they had there? He was supposed to be Vargas Jr. and like he didn't feel like.
Who won that, by the way? I fell asleep on that fight.
I fell asleep though. I don't know,
but
it was. You tell you we're old. But I was like, wait, this is taking too long. Why is Vargas Jr. still in it? You know what I mean? Like they were talking up this other guy. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Listen, this is how you know you're getting old. Yesterday I was laying in bed and whatever. I was was watching the fight. I was like woken up like pretty early, so late night. Your night's like pretty much done. You know what I mean? Like you're hanging out in the room. The AC's cold. You're nice and comfy in bed. Warm sheets.
Yeah.
You got the cats with you. And then dude.
Except for the cats, I'm with you. Keep going.
And no, like I had a friend, and he's my neighbor upstairs. He texts me, and he's like, "Oh man, yo, it's fight night. You know what I mean? Like, where you at?" And I was just like, "Dude, I just didn't even respond. I just like laid there."
100%.
I don't even want
to. 100%.
Like, bro, I love you and everything, and you're literally right upstairs, but I don't even want to like get out of bed.
Check
right
my phone after a certain time anymore. Like, nah, dog, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And I just like watched the fight by myself and just like enjoyed, just enjoy the quiet time.
You ain't lying. It's like I'm sure you guys seen this reel or meme, whatever the fuck that. I'm sure it's older now, but it's this guy that always says, "Man, people underestimate how priceless it is to just be at your pad, minding your own fucking business." Yeah.
Just be at peace, dog.
Yeah, exactly. You're not worried about fucking. There's no drama. There's no this, no that.
No.
It's definitely the best. And for me, I don't know about you guys if you notice wherever you guys are living, right? But like for me lately out here in California, because it's been hot as fuck, I start smelling winter coming. That's the best season.
Nice.
I like the when I switch it up from iced coffee to some maybe a cappuccino, maybe just drip,
Okay.
but just switch it up to warm coffee, in other words. So that's how I know.
I got scared you were gonna say like pumpkin spice something. Like,
no.
Losers into that. Shout out to anyone who's into it, just not for me.
Yeah, shout out to my brother. He's into that, but he's also into a lot of things. So shout out to Hector. He just visited me. Happy birthday to him. It was on September 3rd, and he was just over here. But yeah, he's a different cat. So shout out to your pumpkin spice latte.
Put some canela into the Canela coffee. You guys do that?
That's the closest I come to pumpkin spice lattes. You know that, or some hot chocolate.
Okay. I like it.
Foamy. You know what I mean?
Okay. I don't know about all that, but okay.
Maybe some atole. You know what I mean? Some champurrado.
Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. That's the stuff.
I just saw this Floyd. Floyd being the gambler man. Floyd put 50,000 on Crawford to win, just to win, not even the KO, just 50,000. And the payout was 74,000 for a total of 124,000.
No, for him.
Shout out to Floyd.
For him. Yeah, and you know how Canelo's hella salty about that bet too. Once he backs up.
He's hella salty. But I think that's it. I mean, listen, people talk about legacy stuff like that. Like at that point, dude, he definitely outclassed you. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't even remotely close. Like
he just knew his game, and he knew. Yeah, it was just good. It was dope to see. The biggest thing that surprised me was that he didn't really respect Canelo's power. He did it in the first couple rounds, and then when he felt the hit, and he was like, "No, I don't even know what everybody's talking about."
6th round, he's like, "I got this."
Yeah, and he turned.
And I like that he mixed it. He boxed him. He moved around, and then he squared up a couple of times. Just like, "Nah, I'm here."
Yeah, when they were just exchanging hooks and uppercuts.
I love that. I don't know if it's controversial or not, but to me, he goes down as bigger than Mayweather.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because he's down to throw down. And he can dominate.
For sure. I mean, I would have loved to see that Mayweather versus Crawford. I think Crawford obviously would beat him. He's too big for him.
Yeah.
But it would have been dope to see something like that. It's the same as when I said when I always would want to see Lomachenko versus Mayweather. And the same thing though. Mayweather's too big. Lomachenko's lower weight class than he is. That is the bummer to me about those kind of whether it's boxing or UFC. Some of those matches that are that would be dope as fuck. They're not fair because of weight.
Yeah, the different divisions. Yep.
Yeah, for me, before Crawford whooped his ass, another thing that I would have wanted to see because a Canelo versus Tyson, but Tyson would have slept Canelo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Tyson was different.
The movement, that would have been a crazy fight.
Heavyweight.
The bet would have been to me more about how many rounds he could survive.
I don't know, but Canelo can take a hit.
No, he has it for sure. S-class chin.
Yeah.
And did you guys see also that they're supposedly they're lining up Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney too? Now that Devin's done crying and complaining.
I've never been a Ryan Garcia or David Haney fan, to be honest with you. I know who they are, but I've never.
They're both. Yeah, I've seen Ryan Garcia just because through the when Canelo fought, he would be the undercard. But
how did he get famous? By the way, I'm being completely.
I don't think it was because of the ring.
Yeah, what did he do?
Nicely. Oh, I don't want to go into that. That's
no, I don't know. I
completely don't know. He said a lot of wild shit on the internet. That's what he did.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of stuff out
there. I guess you need to just say wild shit on the line, and the internet becomes.
I mean, he's like a meme fighter now. Although last time he put on, but he's it feels like he took too many hits to the head. It's a tough job to have being a boxer. That's tough.
Oh yeah, no, tough to make it intact after the fact.
Yeah,
that's probably the hardest thing. To see someone like Andre Ward, which is one of the commentators, that was dope. That guy retired flawless,
dominant.
Awesome. That's another one. People, he was good, and he was doing it with a fucked up hand towards the end, from what I've heard. So that guy, That guy was dope. It was dope to see. That's one thing about that I think is dope about the UFC too. That I'm sure took a page from boxing, whereas it takes care of its fighters by them later working as fucking commentators or fucking interviewers, whatever. You know, they kind of give them jobs.
Hopefully, I don't know. Is that like a select only? But like, do they actually take care of their fighters? Or is that like a new thing?
I would say it's on the newer just because of the age that UFC has been around. But I just mean like your Daniel Cormier's, your Dominic Cruz's, like now what's his name, Dustin Cormier or not or Dustin what's his name again? The guy that just fought
Poirier.
Poirier, thank you. Like those guys become commentators or end up getting a job at the desk. I mean, obviously the prerequisite would be, I would assume, would be that you're articulate. But as long as you're articulate and you know what you're talking about, which obviously they did because they were literally fighting at the highest levels. That's what I mean by that. It's cool to see. Same thing as an Andre Ward. You know, he was somebody in boxing. He was a freaking legend. So
yeah,
you know, he gets to commentate and just still not worry about a paycheck. Is my point. You know, they don't have to.
And he did other events through Netflix. So yeah, it was dope. It was good to see Max Kellerman there. I like Max Kellerman talking boxing.
Yeah, he's another great commentator for sure.
Dope.
On HBO OG. Yo, you know what I was thinking about too, guys, right now? Is we're still recording. I was like, bro, you know the hobby's slow when we're talking about boxing.
Boxing for 30 minutes. Yeah.
Hey, you know, listen, I like the revival. I mean, if they do it right, I think it could be like, you know, well done. But you know, there's not that many like stars out there. You know, like there's no new like Mike Tyson out there. You know.
Yeah, that's what's hard.
And that's like that's the problem. You know.
Yeah, and now especially they say that. I mean, that's why people don't understand when like people talk shit to Dana White about how he gives certain fighters easier fights or builds them up. It's because of that, bro. Because it's hard to come. You know, Conor McGregor's don't come around every year. You know, like people that I'm not even talking about skill wise. I'm just talking about like draw wise, like people that could put asses in seats. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're getting paid for, right? They're getting paid because how much people bought their pay per view. You know, So not everybody. There's a lot of fighters that are hella good fighters, but that doesn't mean they're entertaining to watch.
Yes,
and that's where it's becoming.
Build the stars. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's becoming a mix of that. I think UFC is slowly becoming a mix of like elements of boxing, but then again, because there's no multiple belts, you get to see the best fights happen all the time, and then it has, you know, things that I'm sure, you know, I think Dana White openly mentioned that he's always a huge McMahon fan, so he's taking the page off.
They're taking some of the wrestling. Yeah, they're doing that with wrestling too. They're doing big events. They just announced WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, first WrestleMania outside of the U.S. in 2027. Doing a lot of business, and seems like they're gonna add boxing to like that whole umbrella.
Yo, speaking of that, did you guys ever get into like I've never been huge into the Olympics, but one of the events that I always fuck with was the 100-meter dash, right? Like the Usain Bolt shit.
Yes. I watch it whenever it's on.
Yeah, I was about to say when's the next one?
I don't know. When is the Olympics?
I know it's every 4 years, right?
Is it coming up?
Well, I'm tripping. I'm a lot.
So I know that there's one in '96, right? So that's a guaranteed. So it's in the factor of 6. So 6.
Oh, 2028.
Yeah.
20. Yeah, I think it's 2028.
2028
in LA.
So what's that? 3 years from now?
Damn. Yeah. So it
doesn't feel like one just happened last year.
So it's every 8 years. I thought it was.
No, it's every 4 years.
Yeah, so
every 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the last Olympics.
It was last year in Paris, 2024. So I'm seeing.
I think I missed it, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was too concerned about Paris, you know.
What else? Oh, yo, remember Sergio? You recommended One Gone Midnight. I was gonna tell you because I saw some shit that I was gonna pick up a long time ago, and it didn't look the same, even though it had the same name as what you were telling me. And then I checked out 2 episodes or 3 already of the link you sent me with my kid. Yeah. And it's not bad, but it does seem modern. Was there a version that was older? Is that like a revamped version of the show? Because
no,
some of the collectible shit that I've seen seems like the like it's older stuff, and that.
Well, if you look at the manga, like the art style is like a little different, you know.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Okay.
So it gives it like a it's kind of like a watercolor, you know, but like kind of like older style,
Yeah.
like kind of like punk retro, but it's you know. No, Wanga Midnight's modern. But yeah, that's a fun show. You know, if you're into cars and stuff, whatever.
Oh, it is
And
older.
it's I think it's kid friendly. You know,
Yeah.
kid friendly. You know, like it's about racing cars stuff, whatever. Has a pretty interesting story. Did you end up watching it, or you watched a few episodes?
3 episodes. I mean, so far I was telling you. No, see, I was right. So the manga was written from 1990 to 2008 was the run,
There you go.
and then the show was from 07 to 08. So it was only in the last year that they did that, and then they made a movie in 09 that I'm sure was horrible.
Oh, like a live action?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's horrible.
Hey, have you noticed that no one's been able to get down on a live action, like not for DBZ, not for any of the, even that the shit, the One Piece shit that you guys were into. I thought that shit was whack personally.
No, I didn't think it was.
I know a lot of people are excited for
Demon Slayer.
no, I mean yeah, Demon Slayer, but I think a lot of people are excited for the season 2 of One Piece.
One Piece, yeah.
Oh.
It's just tough to translate that stuff. Something like what's been like the Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter movies coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's
isn't supposed to be 50 Cent gonna be on that?
Yeah, 50 Cent's supposed to be Balrog.
But they're gonna have the guy you listen to sometimes, which I think is stupid. What's his name?
Me?
Schultz, dude.
Oh,
he's
I'm
gonna
Schultz,
be something.
dude.
I'm like, what are we doing? It's not for me. You know what I mean?
That's probably because of that. Since he's homies with 50 Cent, 50 Cent probably tossed him the ball. Put him in the
like, but
it depends. I just feel like when it's like a cast like that, like now it's like a I don't know, but it's like too many like famous people. You know what I mean? Like it's like for me, it's like too many. Like
I wish they didn't have any celebrity. I wish it was just all unknown people.
I would prefer a little bit more unknown people.
2 wrestlers. I mean, you have Roman Reigns as Akuma, Cody Rhodes as Kyle. Still, like, I don't want to see the wrestlers in there. I'm good on that.
But at the time, I mean, I was a fan. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I was a fan of the fucking Mortal Kombat movies, the live action, right?
Oh, and yeah, I'm still a fan of the last one that came out.
But my point being is that, like, those actors, speaking of that, they weren't complete unknowns. Some of them were, but some of them already had a name for themselves.
Yeah, but I was a kid. I didn't register with me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just tell you the truth.
Yeah, just pretend. You know what I mean?
I gotta pretend. Okay, I guess.
I mean, you gotta pretend to begin with. You know what I mean? Well, you watch the movies. You really think these motherfuckers are out here?
Yeah. I'm not going to movies, no shot. But will I watch it? Probably not. Just being honest. No.
I mean, I don't know.
I'll watch that Mortal Kombat. I'm looking forward to that new one.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 looks good, but it's like that fatigue. Somebody tried to force me to watch like a Kevin Hart movie the other day.
Oh,
yeah.
I like Kevin Hart when he was just doing cameos, like in 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know?
Yeah. Like that. Yeah. That's his role. You know what I mean? Like that's what he needs to be doing. It was a movie where he's like he's like an action hero, and it's just
but that's your fault. Why did you watch it?
Well, look,
I got dragged into it.
He used to do that, but then he attended a couple of those parties, and all of a sudden he blew up.
Stupid.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works.
Wait, before we end this, because we're gonna end this sooner or later. And people, if they made it through this, they're like, "What the fuck? These guys, we wanted them back, but now that they're back, I don't know if we want to hear them." What's up with the foreign comic market? You guys were all into. I haven't heard y'all talk about it at all.
Yeah, I'm still into it.
Any updates? Okay.
Yeah, I picked up. Yeah, I've been picking up stuff here and there.
So you just don't want to talk about the stuff again, but you're in it.
Yeah, I'm in it. No, I don't mind talking about it, but I just feel like Sergio took a break. You You're not.
I was never really in it.
Yeah.
It was a cup
That's
of
what I
coffee.
mean.
Yeah.
I just rather talk to you guys about something you guys are interested in. But yeah, I will say prices have gone down in that market too. Some books that I was looking for are coming up a lot more often now. But then some books I still haven't been able to get a hold of.
Okay.
Which shall remain nameless for that reason.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still in it. Yeah, it's still dope. I'm looking forward to Comic Connect. I think one of the auctions ends tomorrow for foreign comics. So
Okay.
yeah, there's a couple of things that I saw in there that I would like to throw a bit on. But remember, one of the biggest things to me that's a
He only says that because he knows the episode's not going to release tomorrow.
I mean, I didn't even think about that, but that does make sense. No, but the reason I don't like that website, bro, is because I hate the fact that timer resets when I throw a bid in.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. I like to snipe fools. I like to remember. I want to go against people that didn't do their research. They didn't do their homework. Because if you knew your homework, you would have made your legit max bid your max bid. Don't fucking
you want to catch them slipping.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I'm trying to catch up is slipping. That's my only edge. It ain't money. You know what I mean?
No,
so if I can't catch fools with money slipping, then I'm fucked because they're just gonna outbid me anyway.
All right, but you're still in it. Then sounds like you still check up on it. Still active.
Yeah,
Sergio, you just look at your wall of doom slabs. You're like, nah, I got them all.
We got it's there,
Yeah. It's in the vault.
Some raw, some slab.
So the vault's still, a vault over there.
I might, my post a little something for y'all.
Oh, shit. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, remember, more than even posts, just hit me up with some pricing.
I'm trying to think if there's any questions that people would want me to ask y'all. I feel like I haven't heard anyone actually I saw, what was it, shout out to Retro? I think he put on I feel like you posted something and he just put their podcast.
Oh yeah, he just wants to hear the podcast,
I was like, damn,
which is crazy the way that works next. I give you what you want, but you don't, you don't reciprocate. I don't know, it's weird how that shit works out. But yeah, man, he wanted to. He's always been a fan of the pod. He enjoys it. Yeah, man. So comment, Nick. We what part of the conversation did you enjoy? Did you enjoy the boxing stuff, or we don't talk Pokemon heavy. I know that's his market, but
no, yeah. Well, also just anyone listening who was happy to hear us again.
Yeah.
What are y'all into now? I know people want to be secretive. Just give me a rough around, label it differently. Just give me a vibe of what you're into right now, because I mean, I'll be the things I'm looking up, just a bunch of TMNT hardcovers that I'm after right now. Just get more of that. Yeah.
What do you mean
hardcover hunting? You know what I mean?
Like books?
Getting some books. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Stacking the library, maybe a little Hellboy here and there. I want to start that Hellboy journey. You know what I mean? Mignola. Some out of print stuff I'm looking at. There's a whole market around that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say right now is a good time for anything with that kind of stuff, man, because the prices are decent now. It's a good time to buy for sure. I've been reached out by certain people too. I don't want to name the names just because of the order. I'll explain to you guys later, but I will say that there's certain people that I told that I was going to do a Cards and Coffee episode with, and I haven't done it. But if it ain't obvious, guys, it's obviously because of my scheduling. That's why it's even hard to record these. We're dropping them once a month now. It seems like more than anything.
No, I think last time we dropped was 4 months ago.
Oh,
or something
it's been that? No,
yeah.
2 months maybe.
We talked. We set up a couple once a month, but we never got to record because it got too late. Sergio was in transit, and one of them. I'm not gonna blame Sergio on all of them, but
no, I think it was Sergio twice and me twice. For me, I can't record Sundays unless it was early, like today's episode. Because Sundays is just tough. I gotta get ready for tomorrow. But yeah, man. So to you guys that I told you guys about Cards and Coffee, I I still need time, and it's tough. I've also said I was going to drop an episode of just on for my own YouTube for promo cards.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing a whole episode of like my collection on different promo cards. I still want to do that. I just like doing that even for myself, man. To be honest with you, because I look back to see like, you know, what I learned and what I curated for myself, and then it's cool to see that years later to see how much I agree even with myself and how much I disagree now. You know.
Yes.
So that's the reason I like to do those videos, because I went back to look at my like my top 10 Wolverine cards and whatnot, and it's cool to see how I still agree with like 80% of what I did. So that's what I mean by that. So that's why I want to do one of those videos, more so like to put a little timestamp for myself that I could go back and go, oh, that's what I was looking into at that time. So yeah, I would still like to do some cards and coffee with, I think it's like 3 or 4 people that I mentioned to that I would. And then a couple more solo videos, promos and some other stuff. And then again, I was talking to you guys off screen, but I might do a whatnot soon. Well, not might. I probably will. It's just a matter of time. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the next 2 or 3 weeks or in a month from now, but look out for that. I definitely want to do a whatnot.
Make sure you promote that with time so that people can be aware of it too.
Yeah, you know,
so we can repost it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it'd just be dope to, you know, again, cleaning out the collection, letting go of some things that, you know, I don't appreciate as much as I once did. So hopefully we go to someone that's going to appreciate it more than I am now, or give it more time or whatnot. But looking to do that. And then again, just same thing, man. That's the cool thing about whatever I sell. It's going to go right back into the hobby, whether it's cards or foreigns. So, you know.
Or other stuff that Lucid doesn't want to talk about. Maybe he's collecting something else. We don't know. So, you know.
Yeah, maybe I'm collecting stamps. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm collecting antique furniture that I can't afford.
There you go. Oh, yeah. We got to talk about it. Yeah, that stuff's interesting for sure.
Oh, super interesting. That guy, he posted.
You got some YouTube? Throw me, you know, hit me with some links.
Yeah.
I love watching that stuff. I love watching people talk about other collectibles. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's dope to, you know, you learn. Again, it's part of that
same philosophy. You know, you'll pick up some tips. You'll be like, yeah, I know what he's talking about, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I wanted to mention that it's hilarious, man. But I'll save it for the next episode. I'll tell you guys behind the scenes because I couldn't pull up the fucking video. But I wanted to mention something. But we'll mention it next time. Hopefully, we can record in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, hopefully our schedules align and we'll go from there. And, shout out to everybody that just started podcasting the space. I'm glad that there's more people in our hobby, you know, because that's what it's going to take for it to grow. Just more content out there, you know, different faces, new faces to people, you know, to the audience, even though we've known who they are.
Yeah, so it's new guys. You got Jimmy Hermestyle. You got Matt, Marvelously Sketch. He's got his own stuff, and I don't know. It feels like there's a couple more, but I can't remember top of my mind. But Raj, I know Raj gets on live here and there. So yeah. Sergio, anything you want to ask of the people, or you know, tell the people, because you are the voice of the people.
You know, whatever headspace you guys are in, you know, hopefully it's just a healthy one. You know, that's really all that matters. You know, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and you know, sometimes you got to be you know, locked in on what we're doing. So you know, everybody stay in your lane, keep doing you know, positive things out there, and you know, a lot of love to the people.
Great advice. I like that. If you guys have any personal shout outs, I know we used to do a bunch. I have one for Donnie. Shout out to Donnie. He checked off a box for my collection. I got Kevin Eastman sketch on a sketch card. Bro, and then, you know, after that I was like, what else I gotta do with cards? It's kind of it, you know what I mean? But no, I never thought that would happen. So shout out to Donnie.
Yeah, I'll shout out all the homies that we always chat with for sure. And then shout out to Charles, man. I sent Charles, a very
Charles.
known She-Hulk and the Miz collector or whatever.
Yeah.
Characters. And I sent him a link to a nice She-Hulk card that's a pop 1, and it's from a nice set. I don't want to give it away in case he still changes his mind. But I send him the link, and he goes, "Thanks, man." He goes, "But I only pick up PSA 10s." I was like, "Oh, my bad." So my bad. It's there's no 10s, so technically the pop.
I like it,
but I respect it.
I respect it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen some PSA 9, but I ain't gonna trip. Sure, he just gets 10s.
I think exclusively for She-Hulk. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Which
that makes sense.
Her characters, easy 10s. So that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Or I mean, not easy 10s. I meant like cheap 10s. You're not paying Spider-Man price 10s. Is what I mean.
No, you're not paying Spider-Man.
That's probably why. But my bad. I didn't mean to waste your time. Shout out to Charles.
Yeah,
I see him out there golfing. Just enjoying his Bitcoin profits.
Yeah. What is he got like some crazy step rule? I'm like, damn, Charles. All right.
Yeah.
If you're doing 10K, something. I'm like, okay, well.
Help me out then, Charles. You know what I mean? We're not
doug. You know what I mean? No, he's doing good. Yeah, for sure. Sergio, you got any shout outs, dog?
Just shout out to the people out there, man. I'm not gonna single anybody out. It's love for everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Any anti shout outs you want to get off?
Nah, I can't do that this week.
Nobody pisses you off.
We're on a positive. No.
Positive no. I like that. Do I have anti shout out? I don't think so. Not top of mind. No.
Yeah, I have anti shout outs, but they're not pertaining to the hobby, so I can't do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nah, there's a lot of those outside. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah. But yeah, no, shout out to everybody. If you enjoyed this return, let us know. Again, I want to know what you guys are into. I'm not trying to scout who's like, don't be weird. I mean, I just want to see what people are into. People don't like to talk about what they're getting. And I want to get inspired, man. Come on, people share your shit.
Maybe they're into weird shit.
If you're into weird shit, then don't say it. I just don't want to know.
Yeah, Doom doesn't want to know about the weird shit, but
nah, get that weird shit out of my feed.
Give
me some good old standard, dope shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you don't even necessarily have to tell us the medium you're after, right? So, like, if you're into Naruto, for example, you don't have to tell us, it's into the cards or into the figures. You don't have to tell us that.
Just what's your vibe like? What's interesting right now?
What are you digging for?
Yeah.
And
don't be a stranger.
And Sergio, like always, tell them to do their homework, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Sergio. Sign us out.
I mean, if you guys haven't learned by now, at this point we're not repeating anything anymore. You guys make your own mistakes out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sergio's that fucking step teacher. You know what I mean? Substitute teacher that doesn't give a fuck. That's about it.
Yeah, at this point, you guys are a lost cause. At this point,
We'll get crazy.
Yeah. All right. Later, y'all. Peace.